I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and prioritize...
What's this? We're trapped! A Cyclops! To think we'd encounter one here of all places!
Cyclops! Pray, be on your guard! Grab hold of the beam! Just weakest point!
I concur. Use these flames to fight our enemies.
Understood.
My curative magics are at your disposal. Hold them if you please.
If we're to have any kind of victory, we must employ every tool and tactic at our disposal.
Yes, of course. I see it.
Seem I misjudged you. I had taken you for another force arisen. Goodness knows we see a lot of them. Yet the value you showed in coming to our aid has dispelled such thoughts. Here, take this, as a mark of my trust. Give it to one of the sentinels stationed at the gates to the capital, and you'll be granted an audience with Captain Brandt. You're free to make your own way to the capital now. I see no need to keep you under constant watch, and I'm sure you'll breathe a little easier as well, aye? Of course, if you'd rather continue to accompany us, you are still welcome to join us on the ox cart. 'Tis your decision. Ah, here's the cart now. Do you intend to join us? Very well. Board the ox cart and we'll be off.
If our destination is a distant one...
I see a ladder yonder. We can't reach it from here. We'll have to get up there and drop it down.
I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look.
Goblins! What rotten luck! We've need of your aid again, sir.
Goblins, Master!
We have no need of exploiting our enemies.
I can do no less in service.
Seems we drove them off. You've my thanks for aiding us. Vernworth isn't far from here. Will you join us the rest of the way? All right. Into the ox cart, then.
I was informed of your coming would be arisen.
Captain Brandt, this individual summoned a pawn through a rift stone. Several witnesses can attest to it. Though I admit I had my doubts at first. 'Twould seem this is no mere deceiver.
This one's not a bad sort. Saved our hides on the way here.
As decreed by the great will of our world, there can only be one arisen. That arisen now resides within the palace. Indeed, he is our sovereign and the rightful ruler of Vermont. It follows, therefore, that this ruffian before us is naught but a pretender. You must submit to questioning. If you value your life, you will not attempt to flee. I shall conduct the interrogation myself. Stand watch outside. I beg your forgiveness for my insolence, Your Majesty. If the Queen Regent had learned of your existence, I fear your life would have been in peril. I had no choice but to treat you as a pretender, lest my actions draw suspicion from watchful eyes. Then you have truly lost your memory? In that case, mayhap I ought to explain the situation before we proceed. You, and no other, are the sovereign, the only legitimate ruler of this kingdom. Some days past, you confronted the dragon in the village of Melv, whereupon you became arisen. The people rejoiced, for our true liege had finally appeared, ending Vermont's long years of council rule. Yet, not all celebrated your coming. Your arrival would have robbed the Queen Regent Disa of everything. During the time of the previous consul, she acted as a queen in her own right, ruling the palace as she saw fit. And just after the consul's passing, when 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place, word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found. To Disa, Your Majesty's very existence is naught but an obstacle to her own family's continued prosperity. The assassination of the Arisen is an impossible feat for mortal hands. Thus, Disa chose to abduct Your Majesty while you recovered from your wounds. in order to rob you of your memory with a fell curse and sell you to Batal as a slave. Following that, she prepared a replacement to serve as the sovereign in your stead. A mere puppet. However, with your majesty returned, I have no intention of twiddling my thumbs as Disa plays her games. I shall devise some plans to further our cause. Pray, visit me a night in the tavern that we might discuss them. This one's cleared of all suspicion, and has my permission to remain in the capital. You are to trouble the good sir no further. Are we clear?
I'd sooner stay out of battle, where it possible.
Pray forgive me, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Consign it! Get back here! You there! Did you see an urchin in a cap run past just now? Can you tell me which way he went? Many thanks. I'll catch that wretch yet.
You're a kind one, aren't you? 'Twould seem I am in your debt. In fact, there's aught I would ask of you if you've the time to spare.
Aha! There you are!
Oh, apologies, but our chat will have to wait. Till next we meet. Farewell.
Just as it should be.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
Well met, son. How might I be of service? Hail! Welcome to Bjorn's Armory. You'll find only pieces of the finest quality line these shelves. And quality is what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just remember, misers die early deaths. Hope to see you again.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter.
An investment made for safer travels can hardly be called extravagant.
I've all manner of arms for sale. Come, have yourself a look.
This might be worth a read.
We take a closer look.
I'll go and open the chest.
Welcome to the Star Drop Inn. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start you off?
Precious little time.
Well met, sir. I'm in fine fettle today. Stomachs growling. Time for an early supper.
Well met. You are come to Shakir's Inn, a place of respite for the weary traveller. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost hospitality in all Vernworth.
We must rest, though the sun is still up.
Though our foes were familiar, our tactics were most novel. 'Twas an edifying journey all in all.
Well met, sir.
Well, this simplifies matters. We've already got what's required here in our possession.
Tell is, Vermund was once a beastren kingdom.
Truly.
Indeed. Though 'tis not widely known among the common folk.
Things at once.
Over here, if you please.
Working this field all right. I'm not stopping.
The road at your leisure. Such all-outs here.
Be a lonely life at times.
There's a ladder here.
We ought to put it to good use.
Well met, sir. Gotta be somewhere to make some quick calls.
This place is awful dull. Don't complain.
This way, Master.
No easy answers here.
Oh. What does this say?
Shall we take a closer look?
Welcome to the Star Drop Inn. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start you off? Come back anytime. Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares all. Got to make a list of the things I'm running low on.
Lots to do.
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares all.
Hope I didn't leave the pot on.
There's no shame in living life as pleasures.
Maybe I'll treat myself to a tipple before bed.
Oof. My pack's grown rather heavy.
Lessening our load will help to keep us light on our feet.
Well met, sir.
Your Majesty, your timing is impeccable. I just thought to call for you. 'Tis not a matter for prying ears. Pray, let us speak out here.
Well met, sir.
As I informed you when last we spoke, the palace is filled with the Queen Regent's sycophants. Should Disa denounce your Majesty as a false arisen, few would elect to doubt her. Yet if we are to prove your identity, I believe there is no occasion more suitable than the coronation. It was delayed so that the sovereign, that is, the false arisen, could convalesce in the palace, but the date has now been set. The central players in the court ought all be in attendance. 'Twould be a fine opportunity to display your Majesty's power. None would be able to deny that you are the true arisen then. There is a problem, however. Entry to such an event is limited to the chosen few. Only select members of the nobility and citizens who have contributed greatly to Vermont's continued prosperity will be granted entry. If your Majesty is to be counted among them, you will need to attend to a number of tasks. Pray, allow me to summarize them for you. The citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that plague the land. I dare say, 'twould be a fine contribution were you to accomplish these tasks unaided. What say you? Might I ask for your cooperation in this matter? I thank you, Your Majesty. There are 3 locales that have seen significant trouble of late. The first is Trevo Mine, to the northwest. We've had reports of goblins swarming in great numbers. Next is Half Village, west of Vernworth. I believe soldiers have already been dispatched to cull an infestation of saurians there. Finally, there is a call for someone to locate a group of soldiers tasked with delivering freight. They were last seen crossing the second bridge on the eastern edge of Vermont.
There is no shortage of beasts that need culling in this world.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. You will need to infiltrate the palace to gather evidence of Disa's misdeeds. I hesitate to ask something so dangerous of you, yet I fear we have few other options. I have attempted to do the same through my own channels afore now, though I have yet to uncover so much as a whisper of her plots. Would that I could undertake the task myself, but my station prohibits me from reckless action. What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? I shall ensure that the door to the Queen Regent's office is open between midnight and dawn. Pray use that time to conduct your investigation. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. Of all those who serve the Queen Regent, there is but one who I have no doubt will lend his support to your Majesty's cause. I refer to Waldar, a magistrate. Many a time has Disa demanded Waldar amend the code of Vermont to her own benefit. And many a time has the magistrate refused her, for he is loyal to none but the spirit of the law. As a result, he now sits in a cell beneath the palace. Our laws dictate that your Majesty is our rightful ruler. Thus, as the staunchest supporter of the law known to the palace, I'm quite confident that Waldor will be willing to vouch for your Majesty. What say you? Might you be willing to aid me in arranging the magistrate's release? I've prepared a means for you to enter the palace dungeons. Pray, take this. This mission demands the utmost secrecy. Prithee be cautious Your Majesty. Should you be discovered, I will be unable to lend aught in the way of aid.
This is no life.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
I've just recalled a little tid.
We shall... Wait you here, Master.
You are the Arisen, yes? The captain gave me your description. Follow me!
This place is when does that townsman complain?
Wonder if there's any easy work to be had.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm part of it.
Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards spy you, I will be forced to play my part. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
just grateful I get to lead a quiet life.
No compares to a real bow. Minute now.
Who's there? Pray, keep your voice low. 'Twouldn't be good for either of us if someone was summoned to come check on me. Could it be that you have come to bring Mother's schemes to light? Aye, Disa is my mother. Pray forgive me for not telling you sooner. 'Twas never my intent to deceive you. I'd simply feared that if I spoke the truth, none would wish to involve themselves with me. But that is no longer a concern. 'Tis clear that we are allied in purpose. My word, you mean to say that you are the true Arisen? That the Sovereign currently residing in the palace is a pretender? Could Mother have had a hand in that as well?
Regent Kin Sven appears to be missing from his chambers. Have you seen him?
Me? No, sir.
Then start searching, you fool. Should aught befall the Regent Kin, 'tis us who'll answer to her grace.
Forgive me. My absence seems to have made this rather more difficult for us. You ought leave the palace at once. This room turned up little of interest, but I've a mind to look into this further. I shall send word to Captain Brandt if I discover aught you should know. I'll head out first and speak with the Sentinels. Use that opportunity to make good your escape.
Sven, where have you been?
Forgive me. I couldn't sleep. A stroll might clear my head.
Can't help but talk in a whisper when I'm here.
Lots to look forward to, but a long day of work. I'd sooner stay out of battle, were it possible.
Would that such peace?
I should very much like to rejoin you, Master.
The only person I believe in is myself.
There's a ladder here.
We ought to put it to good use.
Oh dear. What's my time?
Why is everyone always in such...
I have a note.
We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. How fared your mission? Was there aught suspicious to be found in the Queen Regent's office? This scrap. 'Twas part of a letter, and from Batal no less. This alone can prove little, but 'tis clear that Deeza's schemes run deep. To think, Deeza's actions have weighed even on the mind of her own son. 'Tis a surprise, but a welcome one. Deeza is the doting mother before the Regent King. If Regent King Sven is willing to aid us by drawing Deeza's focus, we may be able to gain more useful information. You have done well, Your Majesty. Though I am limited in the aid I'm able to offer, I bid you, take this.
What could the Queen Regent be plotting?
That's odd.
Queen Regent Deeza appears to be working in concert with this Phases fellow. But what precisely is their aim?
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares.
It's on me to bear.
Oh dear. What am I to do?
Time to be heading home. No hurry to leave.
I'll have an early supper.
Greetings. Welcome to the Guild Hall. Here, we conduct all manner of procedures pertaining to vocations. If there is aught I may assist you with, simply say the word. Forgive me, but I'm afraid we are not accepting registration for warriors or sorcerers at this time. You see, as we currently have no archer staves or greatswords on hand, we are unable to outfit new members. And we cannot simply purchase more, as the delivery of arms intended for the local armory and other guilds in this domain was plundered by goblins. So regrettably, I cannot assist you. Unless you were to procure a weapon yourself, that is. Let me see. What else can I tell you of our guild? Methinks Roderick will be able to tell you aught of the stolen shipment. He runs the local armory, and we purchase almost all of our stock from him. May fortune smile upon you, sir.
Whence might we procure such a thing?
Off to market I go.
Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right on the roads, despite the hour? You know where to find.
This inspires aught but misgivings.
Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right on the road. Roads, despite the hour.
Shall we get some rest then?
Well met, sir. I trust we've all inspected our equipment.
Come. We've much to be getting on with.